Good morning. Sorry for the absence. I haven't made a video in a little while. I actually have been pretty busy. It is now late November and I'm working on remodeling the kitchen. So this is in the house, not the galley, the kitchen. So I'm down in my workshop in the basement, getting set for doing some Alberg 30 projects. I got a lot of things standing around waiting for the work. But anyway, in this video I'm going to work on the lazarette, probably lazarette part 1. I got a lot of footage, so I hope you enjoy. Well, I think today I'm going to attack the lazarette. I still have this to sand down or grind down and fair, but I think I'm going to wait until I get this done and that done, all the way to the fiberglass down stage. Sand and fair all of this at once. I like the progress I'm making. I want to keep going. So right now I'm at the lazarette. I had not originally, but one of the options was doing the pop-up outboard motor. Not sure still if I'm doing that, but I did outline where I would be cutting according to the plans that I have, were I to do that, and that way I wouldn't have to fix this. I think I'm going to fix it, leave it the way it is for now while I still decide. So first step is I guess get this hardware off. So I got the rear lazarette hatch off. Got these are vents for the engine compartment down below. There's a powered vent. I also pulled out the rear stanchions. Actually, I guess they're not stanchion bases. It's for the rear pulpit, I guess. I'm not sure what it's called. And I'm about to pull these out. These two cleats. Alright, while I'm removing hardware, I still had the stanchion base next to the cockpit, port side and starboard side. Haven't done the starboard yet, but since I cleaned out this cockpit so I could get in there, which was fun, took apart this to see what I got. I got a whale gusher made in Ireland, Mark II. Whale gusher 10, and I needed a new bladder here. This guy is ripped, so hopefully that's still being made and I can get a replacement. Not at starboard. Got the port and starboard stanchion base from the cockpit area out. I had to go into, well, most of me. I don't think all of me can fit in there. I had to go into these lockers. That was fun. So got those. Got this guy taken apart. This is actually more solid than I thought it would be right there. But still got to do something there. There's something not right. And all the hardware is off back here, which again, that was fun too. It was actually easier to get in the lazarette than it was to get into the side lockers. At one point early on, I decided because there's just so many areas I wasn't going to be able to save the original top skid or the anti-skid. And this is all that really remains of it right here. This is what used to be over most of the boat. I left this part because I thought I was going to cut it out. I didn't bother grinding that down, but I went through the whole boat, ground down, 75% of it, and then I'll put kiwi grip, roll it right on, and it'll cover that right up. So that's what I did for the whole boat. So the whole top side is going to be painted, and then kiwi grip. I'm thinking kiwi grip. I'll see what I want to use. I hear good things about kiwi grip. And then I can start putting hardware back. I forget the side cap, the cap rail. I can't remember what this is called. Underneath, it looks like somebody actually
epoxied and taped the deck hull joint from below. All the bolts that hold this puppy on are covered in epoxy.
Hi, I'm going to interrupt briefly here because I've learned since filming this that the deck hull joint was originally glassed together at the factory. There's a strip of glass mat between them, and there are rivets to hold it together while the resin is curing. So that is what I'm seeing, not that someone went through and glassed it from the underside. Special thanks to George Dinwiddie over at the Alberg Association website. One of his articles explained that.
So this is not coming off. And to be honest, I really don't want to take it off. So I think what I'm going to do is just gouge out as much as I can under here. Not gouge, but scrape clean as much as I can both sides. And I don't know, varnish or oil or what. But just try to sand and salvage this because it's really not in bad shape. The only one that's in bad shape is this back one, and that one I can replace. But that's for another time. I can do that after we're launched even. That's the last thing I wanted to do today. I thought I was done. I want to take these off so I can refinish those over the winter. Yeah, this was I got these two bolts out, no problem. This guy's just spinning in place, that one's just spinning in place. I tried to pry it and spin it. It's going to take more than the few minutes that I was hoping it would be just to pull it off. So that is a project for another day. Okay, update. I told you yesterday I got these two out and I was having trouble getting these. They were spinning in place, couldn't figure out. I'll come to find out. If I reach up behind here, there's a nut on the back of it that I can just take off. So, live and learn. Well, I'm at a loss here. I think somebody sealed this when they put it up. I've heard people having issues with 5200 from past boat work. This thing, I got the bolts and nuts and bolts, everything out. This is not even pretending to budge. Not coming loose anywhere. Trying to drive down and get some leverage, and it's actually, even the wood is staying. I'm actually chipping the fiberglass. This isn't going anywhere, so I have a feeling this will have to be refinished in place. So I got the spots laid out in the back here, using my little mallet. That's the section, and I got kind of matching sections on the sides here, but that's because it's actually hollow a little bit under here. I'm going to leave this in place and just gouge it out and cram thicken epoxy up, and it gets solid again real quick for both of these in this area, because I think this is pretty much solid fiberglass right here, and then again here, so it's just a little bit of coring. I do need to, there's a spot here that I can't get at that way, and this is just superficial. I can tell by the way this is just the top layer is delaminated, so I'm going to do the same as I did over by the entrance to the cabin. Just inject some unthickened epoxy in there, and then down to this section where the bilge pump is, pull out this whole thing, leaving enough to tie the fiberglass back into. I'll be gouging a little bit, but it's fairly competent all around. So those are what I got left for the cabin top. So maybe I'll show you how I'm taking the top skin off using a oscillating tool. I'll try to set that up here, but it's going to be a little noisy because I got to turn the fan back on because it's hotter than blazes up here. this is what we got. I mean, everything as expected. I will clean this all up, gouge out as much I can around the edges, and see how I did. Cleaned it up. Let's take a step in here. This fella here, cleaned up both sides. Clearly this is a lot of bad up in here. Extends to right about there, so I think I can fill that with epoxy, which I'd want to do anyway for the holes. But then this probably about an inch. And what I've been doing, I've been taking my oscillating tool and shoving it as far as it'll go until it hits competent. So I mean, I can go farther blade wise, but it's hitting competent wood, and I can feel it when I'm knocking. So that's that guy there. This guy, pulled him off, did that with the scraper, and realized I really needed to take more. So that's the extent, and then it goes down out here. Again, I do hit some competent coming this way. This guy was pretty clear cut. It was just that hole right there, I think, and this was pretty tight, so that'll be quick and easy. This guy, exact same as the other side. This continues on over here, but given all this, I mean, solid fiberglass to there and solid fiberglass up here, and this was competent. So I mean, it's probably farther than I should, but I'm gonna just clean it out even better as best I can, and this will be solid epoxy, thickened epoxy up in this area, and I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. This guy, it's pretty good. This original line actually was pretty accurate. There's a void up here and a void right there. I'll fill that in. Put more wood down, drop that guy, tie it in. And so I think what I'm gonna do, today is Sunday. At some point this week I'll try to get the balsa coring cut to size for those areas. But I'm going to leave this open. It is hot. It's really hot out lately. I'm thinking the longer I leave this open, it's got some air going to some of these wet areas that I might not be able to reach, and it'll dry out some of that over the next week. So I'll wait till this weekend to actually close it back up again. Alright folks, we're going to try something new. Got this handy dandy strap to hold the GoPro. Give you a bird's eye view. Alright, so we're going to work on, let's see, this is for the thicker top skin. Oh, got the chuck on. So you can tell on the outside here, when I'm getting into the competent wood, these guys out here didn't want to go in, but you go in here and it just pops right through. So delaminated that for sure. They start getting out, hopefully this far. That's still delaminated. That one was into the wood. Also, based on tapping, more there, more there. And then something else I have to do. That was it for that kind of drilling. Come back, put this puppy in. Over drill all of these guys. So this is interesting. I'll use my bit as a pointer here, but I don't know if you can tell, this is solid glass right here. You can see right in there. This I can see just a little bit of the... So the reason I'm drilling all the way through, I tried putting a depth stop on this and just going to the top of the bottom layer of fiberglass, but it first, it's a pain in the ass, but second, I can put tape underneath anyway. I did that for up here. That's this guy right here, and then underneath this piece of tape there. So I can get at underneath all of these areas. So I'm just gonna over drill all of those. This guy, I got a little tiny thin rat file that I can get in and clean these up a bit, and use the vac to suck it out even more. And thickened or unthickened epoxy can get in there. I tried at one point injecting unthickened or thickened epoxy on one of the attempts, and just didn't work. And then I tried injecting unthickened epoxy. I couldn't get that to work either. The best luck I've had, and maybe I'll try to film it. Maybe I already did. I don't remember now. Is just with a squeegee, and just pour it on, let it soak in there, and mush it in, and it comes back nice and rock solid. This is similar to what was over there, and then now it's rock solid. So you can kind of tell when it's just the top layer, the top skin is delaminated versus really rotten coring. Took me this far to figure that out, because I opened up a bunch of sections that I opened up a bunch of sections that I did not necessarily need to. So that's how I finally figured out, you know, what sound means what. But hopefully, I think I might be at the point where hopefully I don't have to open up any more decking. So new skill learned, and hopefully I don't need it again. Anyway, that's tonight's exercise.
Thank you. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. More to come. I do have a lot more footage still, and so I should be able to get probably halfway through the winter before I start running out of footage. And then I'm probably gonna come down here and do like an unboxing episode. I have a couple of totes full of stuff that I got with the boat, so I think I'm gonna go through that. There's some interesting things in there. So anyway, please like if you liked it, subscribe if you can, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.